Tech fans, buckle up because the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is already making waves with some juicy leaks. Rumor has it that the flagship is getting a long overdue feature that a lot of fans have been clamoring for. That's if that rumor is to be believed. Also, rumors of a sharp zoom camera and a sleeker design have us getting very hyped. So stick around guys, because in this video, I'm going to go over some of the latest details and the leaks as we try to uncover what Samsung gets up with their next big thing. But before we dive deep into all the information, if you're new to the channel and enjoy staying up to date with the latest tech news, you've landed at the right place. Do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button if you enjoy this video. All right, let's dive into this information here. So I have an article here out of WCCF Tech. Galaxy S26 Ultra detailed specifications come to light. No battery size bump, 4 cameras will exclusively ship with Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2, 100% increase in vapor chamber size, and more. Yes, that's a very long title for that article that WCCF Tech put out, but let's dive into this information here. So Samsung typically finalizes the specifications of its flagship smartphone months prior to the official announcement, and the tipster has allegedly got a hold of the majority of the internals and external hardware belonging to the Galaxy S26 Ultra. All variants of the S26 Ultra are rumored to be equipped with 16 gigabytes RAM up to 1 terabyte of storage. First, let's start off with the disappointing bits that was shared with by Panda Flash Pro on X. Now, this is a lack of the battery increase. That is what this is talking about. As you could guess with Samsung is not very firm on boosting battery capacity. As we all know, the debacle, pretty much talk about that every time I talk about Samsung in one of these videos, because the battery capacity on their devices is just paltry at this point compared to what others are going on in the industry right now. So the Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to be with 5,000 milliamp battery. So again, that is the same as the Galaxy S25. Also has a maximum wattage support of 45 watts. The display size will also remain unchanged at 6.9 inches. So, and then the S Pen will continue to ship without Bluetooth support. So far, it seems like this is just a S25 plus S25 Ultra just reskinned. Again, following the pattern that Samsung has done over the years with a lot of their phones. They pretty much, they find something and they stick with that same set of specs for a few generations, and a few generations, just making a few minor changes as they go up. But let's see what else they have planned up their sleeve. Next up, we have the optics. Samsung using the P-shaped camera placement on the Galaxy S26 Ultra. The flagship will feature 4 sensors and will support a brand new laser autofocus unit. Thankfully, the company will not reuse the camera rings to avoid any quality control problems. So yes, on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, the rings on the cameras, there was a lot of reports about them falling off. When people were doing their teardowns, they talked about the quality of it and it looked like it was maybe just glued on there. So it wasn't very good craftsmanship from Samsung in that regard. So it looks like they're taking that advice and what they learned from the S25 Ultra and just getting rid of that. So that is a good thing to see. The Galaxy S26 Ultra will front a titanium alloy chassis, of course, and the thickness is said to be around 8.1 millimeters thick. Also, let's talk about what is going on in terms of the Snapdragon chip. So with the current S25 Ultra has the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 1, the 8 Elite Gen 2 expected to be housed in the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Of course, as that phone is coming out in January, S26 Ultra, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 is coming out in the fall of this year. To maintain the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 performance, rumor list claims that a vapor chamber with a 120% larger size compared to the S25 Ultra will be employed on there. So a lot helps the phone stay cool while it's pumping up that Elite Gen 2 performance. As we know, we've seen some of the early benchmarks of the Gen 2 chip it is a big boost over Gen 1. So obviously with that performance comes more heat, so we need a little bit better vapor chamber. All Galaxy S26 Ultra variants are said to be shipped with 16 gigabytes of RAM as standard. Memory configurations will be 256, 512, and 1 terabyte in certain markets. So that is what we have with the S26 Ultra. So in terms of specs, it looks like it's going to be the S25 Ultra Plus. That's what I'm calling it, because a lot of the specs are still the same, but you're getting a bump up in the Gen 2 chip, and the camera setup seems to be a little bit better, but battery is going to stay the same. One of the things is the charging speed. Now, this article said that it's going to maintain the current charging speed, but we're hearing rumors from Ice Universe over here. Galaxy S26 Ultra leak hints at long-awaited charging upgrade. Now, this is an article out of Fandroid. So Samsung might finally do something that Ultra fans have been asking for. According to a trusted leaker talking about Ice Universe, the S26 Ultra is getting a much needed charging speed upgrade. Now, Ice Universe says the new model will charge faster, and he said he's 90% sure that this is going to happen. Now, we don't have the exact details about what type of charging speed it is going to support. Again, S25 Ultra did 45 watts, so it's going to be very interesting to see what the S26 Ultra does. And this is his post on Weibo here. It just pointing out a lot of the information that I've gone over already in this article. Talking about 90% confirmed, so he's 90% positive that it's going to have a 3x telephoto upgraded to 12 megapixels from 10, and charging speed increase. So from 45 watts to, well, we don't know yet. So that remains to be seen what Samsung is going to do with that. But that is everything from the Galaxy S26 Ultra that we know so far. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section down below. Do you think these upgrades are enough for Samsung to really turn the tide and get better sales with the S26 Ultra, or are you still a little disappointed in some of the upgrades that Samsung is making? Let me know down in the comment section. Also, chime in and tell me what more could Samsung do. What upgrades are you actually looking for from Samsung to actually make you purchase this, or make you actually consider upgrading to the S26 Ultra? Go down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Once again, thank you guys for taking the time out to watch this video. Again, if you enjoy staying up to date with the latest tech news, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button if you enjoy this video. And chances are, if you enjoy this type of videos, you may have friends or family that enjoy this, so make sure you share this with them. Also, if you want to stay up to date with latest tech news, head over to soundstory.com, where I curate and aggregate tech news from around the web, covering Apple, Samsung, Google, Android, computing, and even more general tech news, all at the website soundstory.com. And for even more tech news in video form, check out one of these two videos right here. Until next video, guys, stay nerdy.